History remembers her as a seductress, a queen who used beauty to win wars. But behind the myth was a strategist, a woman who outwitted kings, generals, and an empire that sought to erase her. This is the real story of Cleopatra, the last pharaoh of Egypt, and how her mind became her greatest weapon. Beneath every crown lies a secret. Behind every empire, a trail of blood. And within every legend, a truth the world tried to bury. This is history unsealed, where forgotten stories, untold betrayals, and the hidden human side of power are finally brought to light. From the rise of emperors to the fall of kingdoms, we don't just tell history, we reveal what history tried to hide. Before we continue today's story, make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell, so you never miss the next secrets history tried to erase. She was born into chaos, Egypt ruled by a dynasty tearing itself apart. When her father died, Cleopatra was barely 18, forced to share the throne with her younger brother, Ptolemy, XIII. But Egypt wasn't ruled by crowns. It was ruled by whispers, ambition, and Roman gold. While her brother's advisors plotted her downfall, Cleopatra vanished into exile. But she wasn't running, she was calculating. In 48 BC, Julius Caesar arrived in Alexandria to settle Egypt's civil war, but truly, to make Egypt Rome's puppet. Cleopatra saw her chance. She had nothing, no army, no allies, only her wit. And so began one of history's most brilliant gambits. She smuggled herself into Caesar's palace, rolled in a carpet carried by servants, and emerged not as a beggar, but as a queen who refused to kneel. In a single night, she turned her exile into an alliance. The Roman conqueror became her protector, and Egypt's throne was hers again. Caesar saw more than beauty, he saw power wrapped in intelligence. Cleopatra spoke 9 languages, negotiated treaties, and revived Egypt's economy. To her people she became Isis reborn, a living goddess. But Rome whispered. They called her a witch, a temptress who had bewitched Caesar. Cleopatra didn't care. She was already planning her next move. When Caesar was assassinated, Cleopatra lost her shield. Rome split in two, Octavian and Mark Antony fighting for power. Cleopatra chose her side, and once again, her heart and her mind became weapons. With Antony she forged an alliance, love, politics, and survival intertwined. Together they ruled the East. But Rome called it treason. At Actium their fleets burned. Power was slipping, and Cleopatra knew how the game would end. Octavian's legions surrounded Alexandria. Antony fell by his own sword. And the last pharaoh faced her final choice, captivity or control. Cleopatra chose control. With one final act, she denied Rome their victory. A poisoned serpent, a silent throne, and the end of a dynasty. But her gambit worked. 2,000 years later, the world still speaks her name, not as a victim, but as a queen who turned intelligence into immortality.